Well, it's time to protect our plants from a hard freeze. I'm going to protect our plants with an inexpensive plastic tent. If you throw in a candle, the plants are going to think they're in tropical conditions. If you set up the plastic tents the way I did, they're going to last all winter long. They went through wind just fine. Recently, we had 9 inches of snowfall. The tents did just fine. If you store them right, you're going to have them for at least 3 years, as I have. I bought 3 different plastic tents. 2 of them I recommend. The third one I recommend you do not buy. Check the chapter description down below. This is here to help your plants survive through a hard freeze. Welcome to Happy. We're gonna take it up a notch. Be a slightly different wall. I'm curious to know if I'm gonna get right down here. You can see that ladybug larvae. Pull the thing down like a monkey. Quick note, these are sold on Amazon and Temu. Generally cheaper on Temu if you can find them, but shipping takes longer from Temu to the States. You'll get these things quicker from Amazon. Those are advertised as greenhouses, pop-ups, whatever you want to call them. They're simply a plastic tent. So these are plenty effective for me out here, Maryland, Zone 7, on with setting up these plastic tents. This hasn't been unfurled all summer long. As you can see, she folds up very nice and flat. They unfold pretty easily. You just gotta be careful with this plastic. Let me do this from the upside down position and just pop it open like that. That's it. They come with a small door. Make sure that door is downwind. Boom, boom, boom. That's your layout right there. You see that's got a little flange around it. And on that flange, I'm gonna weight it down with some little bricks and then put a little wood chip over this joint right here. I put the bigger brick on the windy side, small brick on the other side. I have so much good soil, I just cover it like this. I wouldn't even need to bring in wood chips. If you tuck it flat enough, you won't have any sort of a hole in here. I mean, it's super minor that I can stick my finger in, but that's why this wood chip is so valuable around the edge. This sort of gives it another level of protection against wind and keeps the warmth inside. This is a pineapple guava, and she barely fits underneath that little greenhouse. This is our other guava. She's definitely not going to fit underneath this pup tub. She's going to have to go it alone, and I think that's okay. She's got a pretty thick trunk on her already. This is what she looked like just a couple of years ago. And look at her now. Well, rather than storing these pup tubs for another year, and although this plant is really a little too big, I want to go ahead and cover her up just to see what happens. Maybe she gets a little too crushed up. I'm not too sure. I just rather go for it, give it a try. Maybe I just need to cover her through this one cold blast. I don't know. But this little plastic thing is just going to bump up the temperature by a couple of degrees. That's going to keep the branches and the roots just that much warmer, the leaves that much healthier, and she's going to come out of spring. And hopefully next year, give me much more fruit. She fruited 2 years after planting. That's our pineapple guava. This is the longer mini greenhouse. I believe it's 71 inches across, and you will be amazed at how many plants will fit inside of her. But also, she's got a really wide profile to the wind. So securing this sort of greenhouse, one with big profile to the wind, will take a little bit of work. One recommendation I would make is on the ends of the bars that you fit into these plastic couplings, I would put a little WD-40 on that, some oil into a rag or a paper towel, and just wipe the part of the metal bar that needs to slip into the plastic coupling. I think disassembly will be much easier if you do that. So I set this puppy up. No problem, no problem, no problem, until I came down to the corner. This is the worst tear I have at the corner, and this is not a good corner because the wind is coming from this side. Why is it set up like that? Because my doors are downwind. Because if you get a heat period, a hot period over winter, last year in January, I was working out here in a t-shirt. So these things need to be opened up when it's that warm. That's what I recommend. We're at the end of January, just had bitter cold events and maybe a total of about 3 inches of snow. I did not clear any snow off of this. The snow falls off of these things. If you look real close, you can see a lot of moisture and heat trapped inside of these things, and that's exactly what we want for trees that are marginally adapted to our plant zone. These are 2 little fig trees, and the goal is to get them as healthy as possible through this winter, which is this little bit of low dollar, little mini greenhouse that isn't really a greenhouse, but it's better than nothing. We could see by the growth near the root system that the roots are doing fantastic, and more importantly to me is that this wood did not die off from the cold weather. We got buds coming out. She's looking pretty good. She may even give us a fruit or 2. So what's in here? This is our loquat, and I got this taller mini greenhouse for a few reasons. Reason number 1 is I just wanted to see if we can get this January, February flowering sort of tropical plant, if we could get her to be comfortable enough to flower and fruit. I think for some applications, the tall greenhouse is absolutely wonderful. Those applications would be in an area with no wind or super little wind, whereas the other 2 greenhouses did just fine. This one really started going downhill about 30 days ago. By itself, it just started disconnecting here and there. Out one day to Heppy to find the plastic laying outside outside the greenhouse. It was like laying off to the side, connected by like one string. Where the string tethers to the greenhouse, we started getting a little tearing. This is, again, very inexpensive material. This will give you an idea how much reinforcement we did on the frame, but that just did not stop her from popping off the bottom. This is the tall greenhouse that we once had standing over the loquat, which I won't set up again. And the tall one I would not recommend. I would never buy a tall one for an outdoor application ever again. You won't ever use those silly little plastic things and think you have a greenhouse proper. They're just a device that you're going to use to keep the leaves from getting burned and the roots from dying. They're just designed to bump up the temperature by a little bit, and that's all we're trying to accomplish. I've got a web page with a boatload of native fruiting plants and non-native, well-adapted fruiting plants. The list is all of plants that grow in Zone 7. You at least have a list to start with, and then you need to dig a little deeper to see if they grow in your plant zone. I hope that list entices you to try to grow something unusual and grow something that's usual, but at the end of the day, grow something that's fruiting, something you can ingest and makes you healthier. Take care of yourself. Take care of someone else if you can. Happy New Year. Love you.